Most sleep problems don't start at bedtime. They start 2 or 3 hours earlier when you do something that feels harmless. A bright screen, a late snack, a quick email, a hot shower at the wrong time. And then you get into bed and blame your mattress, your stress, or your bad sleep genes. Here's the real tension. Your brain runs on timing. Light, temperature, food, and stimulation act like signals that tell your body whether it's still daytime. If your evening routine sends mixed signals, your sleep can look normal on paper, 8 hours in bed, but feel awful. Light sleep, more wake-ups, groggy mornings. So we're going to walk through the most common evening routine mistakes that quietly wreck sleep quality. Not with perfection, with leverage. Small adjustments that make your system stop fighting itself. And as you listen, don't try to fix everything. Pick one mistake that sounds like you and tighten that one first. That's how you get results that actually stick. Moving to slide 2. Mistake number 1 is bright light at the wrong time. Not just overhead lights, screens, kitchen LEDs, bathroom lighting, even a bright hallway lamp. Your eyes don't only see light, they measure it. And that measurement influences our circadian rhythm, the internal clock that helps set sleepiness and wakefulness. When your evenings are bright, your brain gets a message that it's still daytime. That can delay the natural rise of melatonin, the hormone that supports sleep timing. It doesn't knock you out like a sedative. It's more like a schedule signal. A practical approach is to create a light ramp, about 60 to 90 minutes before bed. Start lowering intensity. Use fewer lights. Prefer warm, low lamps over ceiling lighting. And if you're using screens, reduce brightness and increase warmth. Also, watch the one last task trap. Standing under bright kitchen lights while cleaning or packing lunches can be enough to keep you wired longer than you think. Moving to slide 3. Mistake 2 is using your bed as an office, a dining table, or a doom-scrolling zone. This one is subtle, because it feels cozy, but your brain learns associations fast. If you regularly answer messages, watch intense shows, or worry scroll in bed, the bed stops meaning sleep. It starts meaning alertness happens here. That's a conditioning effect, and it can show up as taking longer to fall asleep, or waking up and feeling instantly mentally switched on. Try a simple rule. Bed is for sleep and intimacy. That's it. If you want to read, do it in a chair with a small lamp, then transition to bed when you're actually sleepy. And if you wake up and you're wide awake, lying there for 45 minutes can train the wrong association too. Get up briefly, keep the lights low, do something boring, then return when sleepiness comes back. It's not about discipline, it's about teaching your nervous system what the bed is for. Moving to slide 4. Mistake 3 is a late heavy meal. Not because food is bad at night, because timing and size change what your body has to do while you're trying to sleep. A large, rich meal close to bedtime can keep digestion active. That can mean more reflux for some people, more heat production, and a higher chance of waking up. Even if you fall asleep fast, sleep quality can take a hit. A cleaner strategy is to move the biggest meal earlier and keep late eating lighter. If you truly need something later, think small and simple. Something that doesn't sit like a brick. Also pay attention to the dessert plus screen combo. Sugar spikes, stimulation, and bright light can stack together. Not everyone reacts the same way, but if you have restless sleep, that combo is worth testing. This is one of those areas where you don't need rules. You need experiments. Change one variable for a week and see what your nights do. Moving to slide 5. Mistake 4 is caffeine that's closer to bedtime than you think. People focus on coffee, but caffeine shows up in tea, energy drinks, pre-workout, and some sodas. And the tricky part is timing. Caffeine has a long half-life. That means hours after your last cup, a meaningful amount can still be active. If you're sensitive, an afternoon coffee can still reduce deep sleep or make your sleep lighter, even if you fall asleep on time. A useful way to think about it is a caffeine curfew. Many people do better with caffeine only in the morning, or at least stopping by early afternoon. But sensitivity varies, so again, test it. Also, watch hidden caffeine plus stress. A late caffeinated drink can feel like productivity, but it can push your nervous system into a higher gear right when you want it to downshift. If you want a warm evening drink, go for something naturally caffeine-free, like herbal tea or warm water with a slice of ginger. Moving to slide 6. Mistake 5 is intense exercise too close to bedtime. Exercise is great for sleep overall. Studies show regular movement supports deeper sleep and better mood. The issue is the timing and the intensity. Hard training raises core body temperature and stimulates adrenaline and cortisol. Those aren't bad hormones, they're performance hormones. But if they're elevated late, your body may struggle to shift into sleep mode. If night is your only time to train, you still have options. Move the hardest part earlier in the session and finish with a long cool down. Keep the last 10 to 15 minutes easy. Breathing slows, heart rate drops. Or switch late workouts to lower intensity. Walking, mobility work, light cycling, or gentle strength work with longer rests. The goal is simple. You want your body to feel physically satisfied, but not physiologically activated. That difference is huge at 1 a.m., when your mind is tired, but your body is still revving. Moving to slide 7. Mistake 6 is a bedroom that's too warm. Temperature is one of the most underrated sleep levers because it's not about comfort only. It's biology. To fall asleep, your core body temperature needs to drift down. If the room is warm, or the bedding traps too much heat, that cooling process gets harder. You might still sleep, but you can wake more often and feel less restored. A good target for many people is a cool room, but not a freezing one. Think breathable bedding, lighter blankets, and airflow. If you share a bed, heat management matters even more. Here's a practical check. If you wake up sweaty or you kick off covers at night, that's a signal. If you wake up cold, that's also a signal. Adjust in small steps and be careful with blasting heat in the evening because it feels cozy. Cozy can be the enemy of deep sleep if it keeps your body from cooling down. Moving to slide 8. Mistake 7 is the wrong kind of shower timing. People hear that a hot shower helps sleep, and it can. But the mechanism matters. A warm shower can help because when you step out, your skin blood vessels are still open. Heat leaves your body faster. That can help your core temperature drop afterward, which supports sleepiness. But if the shower is too hot, or you do it too close to bed, you may climb into bed with your body still overheated. That can backfire. You feel relaxed, but you're warm and restless. A simple tweak is timing it earlier, like 60 to 90 minutes before sleep, and keeping it warm, not scorching. If you prefer baths, same idea. And if you're someone who runs cold, you might need the opposite. A quick warm-up, then lighter bedding so you don't trap heat all night. This is another test and observe lever. Moving to slide 9. Mistake 8 is turning your evening into a second workday. Not just work. Anything that spikes mental load. Heated conversations, intense gaming, competitive news consumption, last-minute planning. Your body doesn't separate mental stress from physical threat very well. If your brain thinks you need to solve something, it keeps you alert. Heart rate stays a bit higher, thoughts loop. A powerful fix is a buffer zone, a short, predictable wind-down ritual that tells your brain no more inputs. It can be as simple as dim lights, a quick tidy, and then one calming activity. And here's the part people skip. Close open loops. If you're going to bed with tasks swirling, write them down. Not a full plan, just a list. That externalizes the worry. You're not trying to become a Zen monk. You're just stopping the constant signal that there's something urgent you're forgetting. Sleep likes closure. Moving to slide 10. Mistake 9 is irregular sleep timing, especially on weekends. People call it social jet lag. You shift your schedule by 2 or 3 hours, then wonder why Sunday night feels impossible. Your circadian rhythm likes consistency. When your wake-up time swings around, your body clock drifts. That changes when you feel sleepy, when you feel hungry, and even when your body wants to be warm or cool. If you want a high-leverage rule, anchor your wake-up time. Keep it within about an hour most days. If you had a short night, use a short nap earlier in the day, rather than sleeping in for half the morning. And if you do stay up late, don't punish yourself. Just get back to your anchor quickly. This is boring advice, but boring is often what works. A stable rhythm can improve sleep quality, even when nothing else changes. Moving to slide 11. Mistake 10 is drinking a lot of fluids late, then waking up to use the bathroom. This one is frustrating because it feels like your sleep is broken for no reason. Sleep is made of cycles. When you wake up to pee, you don't just lose minutes. You can lose momentum. Some people fall back asleep quickly. Others get mentally alert and start thinking. A practical approach is front-loading hydration. Drink more earlier in the day, then taper in the last couple hours before bed. You still want enough water, just not a big bolus right before sleep. Also, check what you're drinking. Some beverages are acidic or irritating to certain people, and carbonated drinks can create discomfort. If dry mouth is why you drink late, try a small sip or address the room humidity. Sometimes the fix is environmental, not willpower. Your goal is fewer forced wake-ups, not dehydration. Moving to slide 12. Mistake 11 is taking your phone into bed and treating it like a sleep aid. People say, it relaxes me. But what it really does is keep your brain in input mode. There are 3 problems stacked together: light exposure, endless novelty, and emotional spikes from messages, headlines, or random videos. Even if you use a blue light filter, the content itself can be stimulating. Your brain is built to pay attention to new information. That's survival wiring. Try setting a physical boundary. Charge your phone outside the bedroom, or at least across the room. Use a basic alarm clock so you're not tempted. And replace scrolling with something that has a natural stopping point. A few pages of a calm book, a simple stretch routine, or a short journaling prompt like, "What's done for today?" If you do one thing from this whole list, make it this: protect the last 20 minutes before sleep. Moving to slide 13. Mistake 12 is expecting sleep to happen instantly, then getting angry when it doesn't. That anger is fuel. It turns a normal delay into insomnia-like pressure. Here's a more accurate model. Sleep is a passive process. You don't force it. You set conditions, then you allow it. When you start monitoring, checking the clock, calculating hours, you create performance anxiety. So remove the triggers. Turn the clock away. If you track sleep, be careful about obsessing over scores. Data can help, but it can also create stress, and build a simple, if I can't sleep plan. Low light, no phone, something dull, a paperback you've read before. Then back to bed when sleepy. Now, quick recap. Dim your lights, keep the bed for sleep. Watch late meals and caffeine. Don't overheat your room. Create a buffer zone. Keep timing consistent. And protect the last 20 minutes from high stimulation inputs. If you want more practical routines like this, subscribe and comment A or B. A is phone outside the bedroom. B is dim lights after dinner. This information is not a substitute for medical advice. Longevity is engineered, not inherited.